What? Mission failed? Who failed? All of them?
Yes, I have no excuse. I was able to get in touch with Yoshinagari and Kunisaki, but including backup, you need to know that all 44 Disciplinary Committee Vanguard members, every one of them was vanquished by Kurakami Medaka in an instant.
That's impressive. The freak actually arrived in time. How big a freak does she need to be before her desires are completely satisfied? No. Fall back, Yubuko. Kurakami Medaka bites back when bitten. We managed to learn that she's not a total pacifist.
That's not it, Chairman. She may not be a pacifist, but something peculiar happened. Something I've never seen before.
Huh? What's that?
Yobuko-senpai, don't get the wrong idea. Medaka-chan wasn't trying to save us. If you want to know the real story, she was actually trying to save you guys.
What do you mean? What are you talking about?
Me? I'm talking about survival. Kakaijima is just a quiet girl. But she has a couple of dangerous guys who care for her, like a daughter. Not a single soul has laid a hand on Kakaijima and lived to tell about it. Akane-senpai is every bit as dangerous. With the darkness you can't even see. I guess Nabeshima-senpai helped rein him in, tamed him, if you will. Back in middle school, his hobby was ruining people's lives. And while I might not be able to hold a candle to those two, I'm one hell of a dangerous guy, young lady. I am the watchdog who will show absolutely no mercy to any enemy of Medaka-chan. They can be a senior, teacher, or anyone else in the school. Had any of these crazy chains even brushed my clothing, you wouldn't be standing now. Whom did she save? Whom did she protect? You should think hard about that one.
I realized that he was probably bluffing for the most part. He would not have been defeated by them. Yes, Chairman, if Kurakami had not interfered, we would have completed our missions just as we were ordered to. However, win or lose, the fact remains that we would have sustained injuries in the process and would have definitely lost valuable soldiers.
Someone is going to get hurt. Someone is...
Yet when the dust has settled, no disciplinary committee members were harmed by Kurakami. Although a few were traumatized by the experience.
Isn't the Kurogami lariat just a normal lariat?
Gone.
I must conclude that Kurakami Medaka does not follow the practice of biting back when bitten. I believe she wanted to avoid conflict to ensure there would be neither student council nor disciplinary committee casualties. I'm telling you, Chairman, we cannot afford to have... Oh! Chairman Unzen?
I broke my beloved smartphone. And I just switched to a new model. Who's going to take responsibility for this? She wasn't trying to save her buddies. She was trying to save both friend and foe. What's up with that? Why does she act so saintly? Does she think she's a god? Had she merely been a hypocrite, the plan was to toy with her for a while and then let her join our ranks. But if she's truly some kind of psycho saint, I'll kill her as though this were just a game. I see. There was indeed a problem with the soundproofing. Given that the weak kick of a little kid sufficed to open a big hole in a wall for a music room. Right, Onagase-chan?
Yes.
Hey, air boobs. I'm going to use this exit here. Will you try to stop me?
I was only assigned to guard this exit. That's all I'm doing. That one's beyond my jurisdiction. No authority there.
Is that so? Nice bureaucratic approach. Onagase-chan, I need you to convey a message for me.
Huh?
Go and tell every disciplinary committee member they are to go home and concoct an alibi. An airtight, unquestionable story should anyone think anything suspicious happened here. Because from here on out till it's over, Unsen Miori's waging a one-man war.
The strange technique employed by Disciplinary Committee Chairman Unsen the second year.
Oh, those projectiles of unknown identity that seemed to move like they were disobeying laws of gravity?
Yes. The weapon he's using is, in fact, this Super Ball. I'm almost certain of it. Do not underestimate the Super Ball. It has an amazing amount of elasticity and ability to rebound.
Huh?
Well, that was certainly most impressive. I've been using this technique for over a year, but you seem to be the first one to figure it out, Kurakami. But of course, ordinary Super Balls wouldn't be enough for the likes of you. So I've made a few minor modifications to the material composition to optimize them for use as a weapon. But once that secret is out, it's no more than a childish trick. Like a magic trick.
This is Disciplinary Committee Chairman Unzen Miori, the team special member who skipped a bunch of grades. Plus, he's in class 13.
You didn't come to reveal the secret behind your trick. What do you want, Unzen the second year?
Do I need a reason to visit? That's cold-hearted, man. So mean, you're gonna make me cry. We may be in different grades, but we're both members of Class 13. Why can't we just be friends, Kurakami the first year? Since we're both beasts, both monsters, we're both alike, cut from the same cloth. Yeah, from the moment you arrived at this school, I always thought of you as my mirror image. Only I'm prettier.
However, that would mean I am your reverse.
You bet. You and I are too similar to get along. You know how brothers always torment sisters. I hear that you love humans, Kurakami Medaka. And you were born to help others. You are a genuine Good Samaritan. So, by being a good guy, you've been able to save and reform many people? That's amazing. Really wonderful. But Kurakami, you're nothing but a cheat. You only take notice of people's good sides. If you claim to truly love these humans, their lies and betrayal, their sins and ugliness, their jealousy and immaturity, their hatred and conflicts, it's cheating to say that you love humans but ignore their flaws. Pride, envy, gluttony, wrath, greed, lust, and sloth. All these qualities exist in everyone. If you claim to be an accepting person, you shouldn't brainwash people into acting the way you want. It's like playing concentration with all the cards facing up. I'm sure you enjoy winning all the time, but it's no fun for those you drag into it. I fight evil for the sake of justice, but I've never felt that justice was somehow innately better. Rules exist to keep humans on a leash, but I've never believed they could change who people are. As I'm sure you've deduced, I hate humans. And I hate everything about them. Kindness and friendship, love and selflessness. I also hate duty, and I hate peace! That's why I can uphold justice without bias and not be concerned with feelings. Hey, Hideyoshi! I bet you understand what I'm saying. Let's discuss your pretentious appeal to innate goodness. Your whole saint act is pretty cruel. People who don't adopt your ideals are considered unfit. Everyone knows you're amazing. But you can't expect everyone else to be as amazing. All you can expect is for everyone to follow the rules in place.
It appears that you are mistaken about two things, Unzen the second year. First, this pretentious appeal to innate goodness is something Zenkichi came up with on his own. No need to give me credit for sainthood. Second... Get away, everyone! These aren't Super Balls! They're explosives!
Oh, you figured it out! I really suck at this. I'm so bad at magic tricks. But it's too late. My preparations are more or less finished. If you're a Koga ninja, I'm a shinobi from the hidden valley of Iga. IED, Cinderella. This is my real weapon. One is enough to blow away a rotting wall. Just imagine what more than one could do.
If that detonates in this small room, you won't survive either, you horrible, evil little troll!
You people not watch the news? Not paying any attention? How lame what you kids are spending your time with these days when you have so few. The Disciplinary Committee special uniform. White Tiger, aka White Snow. A product of cutting-edge science, made from pressure-resistant fabric that would keep me unharmed even if a dump truck were to hit me. It's made from materials used for deep-sea submersibles, so its weight makes it hard to move. Anyway, the damage wasn't as extensive as I expected. I never planned to take out the entire building, but I figured a good chunk would be gone. A dud? No. I've been maintaining them. A dud's impossible. Then...
Please stop.
Oh, I see. She used water from a nearby vase to drench some of the explosives before ignition. And it appears the window was already broken before the heat could melt it. She must have kicked out several of the bombs before they could blow. She's pretty clever. That girl is slick to boot. I'm impressed that she could do that much on a snap decision. But it didn't make a difference in the... What? They're all unharmed? Well, if they were hurt, this isn't funny. I risked my life to pull this off. Kurakami, what did you do?
Something quite simple. The shockwave, not the heat, is the most dangerous part of any explosion. So I rolled those three into a rug. Although I had to stay outside.
In what way was that simple? How much did she get done during that instant? And stayed outside? Doesn't that mean she took the full brunt of the detonation? That demolished an entire room! This freak woman can't be sane. With her abilities, she could have easily saved herself. Man, you're such a saint! It's getting nauseating! I must admire how stubbornly you cling to your ideals. So let me guess. Next you'll say we have no reason to fight and that we should all just get along. Neither your friends nor I end up hurt. All's well that ends well. And we all live happily ever after, right?
Shut up! Pathetic. I'm sure that once you were a kind, innocent boy who believed in human goodness. You weren't born this way. Something must have happened to you once. To transform you, change you into such a cruel and heartless little monster. However, having said that, I will not forgive you!
I was actually scared for a moment. All it took was one look, one glare, for me to step back unconsciously.
Unzen the second year. You're absolutely right. You and I are very much alike. I have never considered myself as always being in the right, either. I continuously wonder if there is a better way. If I'm actually healthy. If I've considered all the possible scenarios. If I've forgotten someone who is suffering. If I'm letting myself go with the flow. If I've gotten too used to helping others. I'm always worried. I'm always frightened. I am not in the right. I simply try my best to be in the right.
I don't get what you're saying to me. Isn't that the same thing?
You do not understand? I'm saying that I do not follow any of those grand ideals you speak of. You don't like my saintly act? Unzen the second year. I'll let you have your way. Prepare for disappointment when you discover that I am a worthless human being who allows rage to consume her.
This is Kurakami Medaka's forte number 4. War God Mode! Once she's reached this point, I can no longer stop her. Unzen, you're finished!
What? Don't try to end things for me, you fool! Be it lost spirit or evil demon, all will be ash before a volcano!
This uniform keeps you unharmed even if you're hit by a dump truck? Well, well, well. I'm glad to hear that. That means you have the power to survive 3 of my attacks. Even if I use my full strength. You haven't taken that much damage. But I recommend you pretend that you can no longer stand. At this point, I may still be able to forgive you.
You must be joking. That didn't even tickle. No damage, fool. Is this for real, though? This uniform's material absorbs shock as well as rubber. This girl is a monster.
I see. So you would still choose the path of conflict. I feel the same way. Then allow me to give you a warning before I completely lose control. I have mastered many different martial arts. But you should know that I still shall not use any of them against you. Because each martial art is a respectable product of human technique. Techniques that should never be used in anger. Therefore, I shall surrender to anger and use raw violence like an animal rather than a human. And I will beat you to death!
What on earth are you talking about? You think you can scare me with your empty threats? You're about to be beaten in your own fight. But it was a mistake to let her draw me outside. My weapons work best indoors. Outside, they aren't as effective or efficient. I suppose I could apologize for now, and return after I've made sufficient preparations. But that's out of the question, because the Disciplinary Committee's reputation is resting on me. The Disciplinary Committee is justice. That gives me every right to discipline you. Very well. If you plan to fight like an animal, I will fight like a human. Like the humans you love so very much. And like the humans I hate. And I'd like to return the favor. Your very helpful warning should receive a helpful warning of my own. Kurakami Medaka, it doesn't matter if you're right or not. Justice will always triumph! This is the first step. Kurakami Medaka's cannonball punch hits as hard as a dump truck. But I'll take it!
Then I shall also repeat myself. A cunning scheme, is that the best you can do?
You little...
Human ingenuity and technology are capable of far more.
What are you doing? String that thin and strong is as sharp as a knife. Are you trying to tear yourself apart?
You can never use string to tie me down. You can never use a net to hold me down? I have already been torn apart. Unsen Miore, you have torn apart my heart.
She's supposed to be an idealist? A pacifist? She's completely resorting to brute force! She's no animal. This girl is a monster through and through! I guess a monster can never conceal its true colors. She's not afraid to let them show! What is this? What's going on?
Your string may be incredibly strong, but the same cannot be said of the building to which the string is attached. You weren't able to completely restrict my movement.
Huh? That's absurd and impossible because you're carrying the entire building with you!
I am the student council president. I'm supposed to be able to move this school either by my ideals or by brute force alone.
I was wrong, Kurakami Medaka. I got you all wrong. You definitely aren't a saint. You're just a damn monster. My defense is broken down, and my attacks don't work. My last resort had no effect. It's pathetic, but I have no super balls or any balls left. However, Kurakami, having said that, I still haven't lost. Do you know why? Because you couldn't change my mind. You weren't able to reform me. That counts as defeat in your mind, not in mine. You were certainly stronger than I, apparently. But that's all. It meant nothing more. It didn't make you right or better. Don't think it does. You had beaten me in every respect, but I didn't break. That's right, I'm still here. I'll be the exact same person tomorrow as I am today. I hate humans!
I see. I love humans. There is no need to reform you, since you won't live to see tomorrow.
You love humans, huh? That's pretty ironic, considering you're barely human yourself. Honestly, it looks to me like you feel rather restricted. It's like you're surviving by imitating humans. When you say that you love humans, when you say that you were born to help others, it's almost like you're pleading with humans not to shun you. You're no saint. You're a lonely soul with too much power. However, that will never work. You won't be able to survive that way.
Did you say something?
No. I'm just a 10-year-old kid, but I've had more life experience than you, human lover. But I know your true colors. So I can tell that you'll give up on humanity soon enough. I'm worried that you're too sensitive to bear the pain. They'll break your heart, you know.
I don't need your concern. I will never give up on humans.
Oh, really? Then excuse me. I'm sure you don't need my concern. But Kurakami, I make it a habit to look after underclassmen. So I'm going to reform you. Okay then. Finish me off. Go ahead and just eliminate me to protect your precious humans.
I will!
Go ahead. But eventually, you'll remember. The person you squashed was also human. I'm still a human being. When you're disposing of humans to protect humans, you're no better than I am. become me! Then once you've given in to despair, you will be ready to carry on my overboard justice! It's not justice if you don't